ocean looks calm. Gentle waves gliding under the sunlight. But deep below, far beyond where light can reach, something stirs. Mountains of fire sleep in the dark, waiting for the right moment to awaken. They don't roar like volcanoes on land. They explode in silence. No smoke. No warning, just a sudden pulse of energy that can shake the earth itself. A single blast from the ocean floor can raise walls of water taller than cities and send them racing across the planet. It can choke the sky with ash, poison the sea, erase entire islands before the world even realizes what happened. These are underwater volcanoes, the hidden giants of our planet. There are thousands of them, scattered across the ocean floor like ticking bombs, each one building pressure, each one waiting for a spark. Scientists say over 3/4 of all volcanic activity happens under the sea, yet we've only seen a handful with our own eyes, because they live where no human can survive, in crushing pressure, blackness, and boiling water down there. Nature doesn't follow our rules. Water turns to acid, rocks melt like wax, and entire landscapes are born or destroyed in a single heartbeat. But here's the terrifying truth. Most of these volcanoes have never been mapped, never been measured, and never been watched. We don't know when they'll wake up, only that one day they will. Some of them have already made their presence known, turning oceans red, creating islands overnight and sending shockwaves that circled the entire globe. Others wait silently, buried beneath miles of darkness, their pressure rising with every passing year. Today, we'll dive deep into their world, into the heart of the planet's most powerful forces, to uncover the 7 most dangerous underwater volcanoes known to humankind, from the volcano that boiled the sea alive, to the one that shook the skies louder than a nuclear blast. These are the ocean's hidden bombs, and once you understand what's brewing beneath the waves, you'll never look at the ocean the same way again. The ocean covers more than 70% of our planet, yet we know less about it than we do about the surface of the moon. Beneath those waves lies a world that almost no human has ever seen. A world built on fire. Down there, the seafloor isn't still. It's alive. It cracks, shifts, and breathes molten rock. More than 3/4 of all volcanic activity on Earth happens underwater. Every single day, hundreds of volcanoes erupt silently in the dark, forming new mountains, valleys, islands that no one will ever see. It all begins along the mid-ocean, ridges, huge scars that stretch across the planet like stitches on a wound. These ridges are where Earth's crust is tearing apart and where magma rises from the mantle to fill the gap. When that molten rock meets icy seawater, it cools instantly, creating bizarre landscapes that look more alien than earthly. But when the pressure builds too high, those same volcanoes can explode with unstoppable force. They can hurl hot ash, lava, and toxic gases into the sea, sending shockwaves that travel for thousands of kilometers. Sometimes, they even reach the surface, creating new islands overnight. That's how many Pacific islands were born, from fire under the water, yet for all their beauty and power. These underwater volcanoes are also some of Earth's greatest killers. They can trigger tsunamis that swallow coastlines in minutes. They can release poison gases that suffocate entire populations of fish and sometimes people. And in the worst cases, they can even change the climate of our planet. But here's the haunting truth. We can't really see them coming. Our satellites can track storms. Our sensors can predict earthquakes, but deep beneath the sea, there's almost nothing watching. Most of these volcanoes are hidden 3 to 4 kilometers below the surface. At that depth, the pressure is so strong, it can crush a submarine like a soda can. Even our best underwater drones struggle to survive there for long. That's why every new discovery, every image or sample we bring up, feels like a message from another world. For scientists, these volcanoes are more than just hazards. They're keys to understanding how our planet works. They built the continents. They shaped the oceans. And they still control the balance of life and death beneath the waves. But not all of them rest quietly. Some are awake, rumbling, bubbling, ready to strike again. And each one holds a story of destruction, mystery, and survival. Our journey begins with one of the strangest of them all, a volcano so fierce that it boils the sea alive. Yet somehow, inside its deadly crater, life thrives. Number 7 on our list lies deep in the South Pacific Ocean near the Solomon Islands. Locals call it Kavachi, but many know it by another name, the Devil's Cauldron. From above, it looks like a patch of ocean boiling in rage. The water turns from blue to muddy brown, bubbling and hissing. Steam rises from the waves, and then suddenly, silence. Everything disappears beneath the surface again, as if the sea just swallowed its own fire. Kavachi is one of the most active underwater volcanoes in the world. It erupts so often that new islands sometimes form above it, but they don't last long. Within weeks, the waves claim them back. The ocean refuses to let the volcano stay visible for long. But what scientists discovered inside? This volcano shocked everyone. In 2015, a team sent down a robotic camera into Kavachi's crater. What it recorded seemed impossible. Sharks living inside a boiling, acidic, underwater volcano. Hammerheads and silky sharks calmly swimming through the burning water, where temperatures can rise high enough to kill almost anything else. The scientists couldn't believe it. How could life survive in such a hostile place? The water was full of acid, gas, and molten rock. It was like swimming inside a living furnace. Yet somehow, these sharks had adapted. They had learned to live where no creature should. One of the researchers said, "It's like finding lions living inside an active volcano." This discovery gave birth to a haunting theory. If sharks can survive in Kavachi, what other creatures might be evolving in volcanoes we haven't even found yet? But Kavachi isn't just strange, it's deadly. Every time it erupts, it sends plumes of gas racing toward the surface. And if a ship sails too close, the water around it can suddenly lose buoyancy. That means a vessel could sink instantly, swallowed by gas-filled water, without a single distress call. Locals say the ocean near Kavachi sometimes comes alive, as if something down there is angry. They've seen waves rising from nowhere, and fish floating dead across the surface after each eruption. And there's something deeply symbolic about it. A volcano that destroys and creates, that kills yet allows life to flourish within its fury. For scientists, Kavachi is more than a mystery. It's a warning. It reminds us that the ocean doesn't always obey the rules of life and death. It rewrites them. Because if sharks can survive inside fire, what else might be waiting down there in volcanoes even deeper, hotter, and far more dangerous than Kavachi? Next, we move to number 6. A volcano so unpredictable it could sink ships and send tsunamis racing across the Caribbean. Its name? Number 6 takes us to the turquoise waters of the Caribbean Sea, a place that looks like paradise from above, but hides one of the most unpredictable killers below. Just off the northern coast of Grenada lies a volcano with a strange and playful name, Kikimjeni. But don't let the name fool you. There's nothing playful about what happens here. Beneath the calm Caribbean waves, Kikimjeni is constantly alive, hissing, rumbling, releasing clouds of hot gas. It's the only active submarine volcano in the entire Caribbean, and scientists believe it's responsible for creating several nearby islands over thousands of years. The first recorded eruption happened in 1939. Sailors reported seeing ash and steam rising from the sea like smoke from a warship. That eruption was so powerful, caused a tsunami that raced across the islands, flooding beaches and sweeping boats ashore. Since then, Kikimjeni has erupted again and again in 1974, 1988, 2001, and most recently in 2017. Each time, it reminds everyone around the Caribbean that the sea itself can turn violent without warning. But here's what makes this volcano truly terrifying. You don't even need to be near an eruption to be in danger. Because when Kikimjeni releases massive amounts of gas into the water, that gas changes the density of the sea. It makes the water lighter, so light that ships can no longer float. If a vessel drifts too close, it can sink instantly, dragged into the depths by invisible hands. That's why the area around Kikemjeni is now a restricted zone. No ship is allowed within 5 kilometers of its crater. Not fishing boats. Not cruise liners. Not even research vessels. Still, this volcano never sleeps. It sits about 180 meters below the surface, and scientists say it's slowly building pressure again. If a major eruption happens, it could send tsunamis racing across the Caribbean, hitting islands like Barbados, Trinidad, and even Venezuela within hours. Yet most people vacationing on these beaches have no idea that a volcano capable of wiping out entire coastlines is rumbling just beneath their feet. Kick 'em. Jenny is unpredictable. It doesn't give warnings, and that's what makes it so dangerous. A volcano that can sink ships, drown islands, and vanish into silence again like a ghost, haunting the Caribbean Sea. But this is only the beginning, because the next volcano on our list didn't just destroy coastlines, it shook the entire planet. Number 5 is not just another underwater volcano. It's the one that reminded humanity how small we really are in the remote waters of the South Pacific. Just north of the Kingdom of Tonga, 2 small islands once stood side by side, Hunga Tonga and Hunga Hapai. Between them, deep under the sea, lay a sleeping giant. For years it grumbled quietly, sending plumes of steam into the sky, but few paid attention. Then, in January 2022, the Earth shuddered and the ocean unleashed one of the most powerful eruptions in modern history. At 4:15 p.m., the volcano erupted with a force equal to 100 Hiroshima bombs. A massive explosion tore through the sea, sending a column of ash 58 kilometers high, reaching the edge of space. The blast was so violent, it created a shock wave that circled the planet not once, but 4 times. People thousands of kilometers away heard the sound, a thunderous boom that echoed like a cannon from the sky. In Alaska, in Japan, in Australia, the world was listening to Tonga's scream. Then came the tsunamis. Walls of water rose and raced across the Pacific. They crashed into Tonga's coastline, sweeping homes, cars, and lives into the sea. They reached New Zealand, Japan, and even the US West Coast, proving that an underwater eruption could send ripples across the entire world. The island itself, gone. Completely erased. Satellite images before and after showed nothing but ocean where land had been. Everything between Hunga Tonga and Hunga Hapai had vanished beneath the waves. Communication with Tonga was lost. The eruption had cut the country's main undersea cable, leaving its people silent, isolated, and surrounded by destruction. Days passed before the outside world finally made contact. When scientists studied the data, they realized they had witnessed something almost unimaginable. The eruption released energy equivalent to a magnitude 8.4 earthquake. It threw ash and vapor so high that it altered the weather patterns for months. Lightning storms erupted within the ash cloud, nearly 400,000 bolts in a few hours, turning the sky into a scene from another planet. But here's the most haunting detail. If that blast had happened closer to land, entire nations could have been wiped off the map. Tens of thousands of lives could have been lost in minutes. The Hunga Tonga eruption proved a chilling truth that even in our modern world, with satellites, sensors, and warnings, we're still powerless against the ocean's hidden rage. It was a sound that echoed through the skies, a wave that crossed oceans, and a reminder that beneath the calm blue of the Pacific, Earth's greatest forces still stir in silence. Hunga Tonga Hunga Hapai, the volcano that shook the entire planet and reminded us how fragile the surface of our world really is. But the danger doesn't stop there. Because our next volcano, number 4, isn't famous for what it did, but for what it's about to do. It's growing, rising, and could one day awaken to unleash devastation on an entire continent. Number 4 is far out in the North Pacific Ocean. It lies about 480 kilometers off the coast of Oregon. Under more than 2 kilometers of cold, dark water, this is Axial Seamount, one of the most closely watched underwater volcanoes on Earth. Unlike most volcanoes that surprise us, Axial is monitored with sensors and cameras on the seafloor. These instruments show something chilling. The volcano is growing every year. Axial swells a little. Molten rock is building pressure beneath the crust, slowly inflating the volcano. Its last big eruption was in 2015. Before that, it erupted in 2011. And before that, in 1998. The volcano follows a pattern, almost like a heartbeat. And scientists warn that the next eruption could happen at any time. The danger of Axial is not just its lava. It sits near the Cascadia subduction zone, a powerful earthquake fault. This fault could one day cause a magnitude 9 earthquake. A tsunami from this fault could strike the Pacific Northwest. If Axial erupts while the fault moves, it could trigger disaster on land. Imagine molten rock under the sea, a shifting fault, and huge waves racing toward the coast. Cities and towns along Oregon, Washington, and British Columbia could be in danger. Scientists watch Axial every day. They track every tremor, every small rise in pressure. They hope to catch signs before disaster strikes. But deep below, the volcano keeps breathing. It keeps growing. It keeps waiting. Axial Seamount has not caused massive destruction yet, but it is a sleeping giant. Its power is quiet now, but one day it could wake. While Axial waits in the dark, another volcano even deeper is already awake. It is erupting where no light can reach, and its story is even stranger. Number 3 takes us deep into the Pacific Ocean. In the Lau Basin, here lies West Mata, one of the deepest erupting volcanoes ever discovered. It is about 1.2 kilometers below the ocean's surface. In a world of total darkness, West Mata was first seen by scientists in 2009 using deep-sea robots. When they reached it, they captured something incredible. Lava was shooting from the volcano like fountains of fire, glowing red against the black water. It was like watching the Earth being born in real time. The volcano does not erupt like those on land. The pressure of the water makes the explosions slower, but more forceful. Every eruption creates new vents, reshaping the seafloor. It forms strange landscapes of rocks and minerals that look almost alien. West Mata is not only dangerous, it is also a window into the past. Scientists say these eruptions are similar to how our continents were formed billions of years ago. It is a reminder that the ocean floor is alive, that Earth's greatest forces are often hidden from view. Life also survives here. Strange creatures, adapted to the extreme heat and pressure, thrive near the vents. Bacteria, worms, and other organisms live off the chemicals in the water. It is a world where life and fire exist together in a delicate balance. But this beauty comes with danger. The lava is molten rock at hundreds of degrees. Any human or machine that gets too close could be destroyed instantly. And even though it is deep below the waves, West Mata affects the ocean. The eruptions release gases and minerals that change the water around it. West Mata shows us the power of the deep ocean. It is a place of creation, but also of destruction. A fiery world that humans can only observe from a distance. As we leave West Mata, the next volcano is even more surprising. It sits under a tourist paradise, waiting quietly. Its history is deadly, and it could erupt again at any moment. Number 2 lies just 7 kilometers off the coast of Santorini, Greece. It is called Kolumbo, a hidden volcano beneath the waves. From above, the water looks calm and blue, but below, a sleeping giant waits. Kolumbo erupted in 1650, without warning. The eruption released poisonous gases that spread through the sea and air. Hundreds of people lost their lives. Tsunamis crashed against the shore, destroying villages and farms. Today, Kolumbo is mostly quiet, but scientists have discovered that it still has a massive magma chamber beneath it. It is slowly growing. If it erupts again, it could send waves racing across the Aegean Sea, and Santorini itself could face serious danger. The volcano is a reminder that paradise can hide deadly secrets. Millions of tourists swim, sail, and dive near it every year, unaware of the sleeping giant beneath their feet. Kolumbo's crater is deep under the water, making it nearly invisible. Yet its power is enormous. Even a small eruption could affect the islands nearby. For researchers, Kolumbo is both fascinating and frightening. They study its gas emissions, the shape of the seafloor, and the pressure beneath the water. Every measurement could reveal warning signs for the next eruption. This volcano teaches a hard lesson. Danger often hides where we least expect it. Beneath calm waters and beautiful beaches, the Earth's most powerful forces are quietly at work. Kolumbo also shows the delicate balance of life. Humans are drawn to the sea for its beauty, but the ocean can turn deadly in an instant. And yet, there is hope. Monitoring volcanoes like Kolumbo allows us to understand their behavior, and maybe, one day, predict when they will awaken. But for now, it rests quietly, a sleeping giant in a paradise that will never forget its past. As we move to the final volcano on our countdown, prepare for a place of fire and creation, a volcano that may one day give birth to a new island. Number 1 is a volcano still hidden beneath the waves of the Pacific Ocean. Off the coast of Hawaii's Big Island, it is called Lo'i, the youngest volcano in the Hawaiian chain. Right now, it sits about 1 kilometer below the ocean surface, quietly growing. In thousands of years, it may rise above the sea, forming a new island. Lo'i is part of the same hotspot that created Mauna Loa and Kilauea, two of the most active volcanoes in the world. It is small compared to its older siblings, but its power is undeniable. Seismic sensors detect small earthquakes almost every day. The volcano is slowly inflating with molten rock. Although it seems calm, Lo'i reminds us that Earth is always alive. Volcanoes are not just destructive, they also create life. Without them, islands like Hawaii would not exist. Lo'i is a symbol of Earth's endless cycle of destruction and creation. But Lo'i is also dangerous. An underwater eruption could trigger tsunamis along the Hawaiian coast. The molten lava, the sudden bursts of gas, and the shifting seafloor are hidden threats. We cannot see them from above, yet they are always present. Scientists continue to study Lo'i carefully. Every tremor, every rise in the seafloor tells a story of the forces shaping our planet. The volcano may be quiet now, but one day it could change the ocean forever. Lo'i teaches us to respect the hidden power beneath the sea. It is both a warning and a promise. The Earth is alive, constantly shaping the world in ways humans cannot fully control. The emotional ending. The message from the deep approximately equals 500 words. The ocean is more than water and waves. It is a world of fire, darkness, and power. Beneath the calm surface, volcanoes sleep, breathe, and grow. They have shaped our continents, created islands, and allowed life to flourish. But they can also destroy in an instant. From Kavachi, the shark volcano, to Kik-Mjeni, the Caribbean killer. From Hunga Tonga, the blast heard around the world, to Axial Seamount. The sleeping giant from West Mata, the fiery deep, to Kolumbo. Santorini's sunken sister, and finally Lo'i. Hawaii's next island, we see the hidden power of Earth. These volcanoes are reminders that life is fragile. We watch the sky for storms and danger, but sometimes the greatest threats rise from below. Yet there's wonder in the deep. Life survives, even in the hottest, darkest places. New land is born from destruction, and the forces that terrify us also give the planet its beauty. The ocean teaches us humility. It reminds us that the world is bigger, wilder, and more mysterious than we imagine. We may never fully control it, but we can watch, learn, and respect its power. So next time you look at the calm blue sea, remember what sleeps beneath. Silent, hidden, and alive, waiting. Shaping our world, the ocean's hidden bombs are not just threats. They are part of the story of Earth itself. And as long as the waves move, and the tides rise and fall, these underwater giants will continue their quiet reign. Unseen, unstoppable, and unforgettable. Beneath the surface of every ocean lie volcanoes that we have never seen. For every underwater volcano we know, dozens more remain hidden in the darkness. Some are taller than mountains, some lie quietly on the seafloor, and some are already building pressure without anyone knowing. We have mapped parts of the ocean floor, but most of it is still unexplored. Sonar images reveal strange shapes and massive seamounts, but no human has ever set eyes on them. They are a secret chain of giants, waiting in silence. Scientists warn that these hidden volcanoes could erupt suddenly. Some could trigger local tsunamis, while others might release gases that affect the atmosphere. In extreme cases, they could even start a chain reaction, one eruption triggering another, spreading chaos across the ocean. The frightening truth is that we may not know about an eruption until it is too late. Unlike the volcanoes, we can watch and study. These hidden giants are invisible. They are the ocean's great unknown, and their power is unimaginable. Yet there is also wonder in the hidden chain. These volcanoes could reveal new life forms, creatures that thrive in heat, pressure, and darkness. They could teach us how Earth was shaped billions of years ago. The deep ocean is a laboratory for life and fire alike. The hidden chain is a reminder. The Earth is alive. It moves, it breathes, it changes constantly. Volcanoes we cannot see are shaping our planet even now. And one day, one of them may remind us of just how small we are. For now, they lie quietly in the abyss, silent, invisible, unstoppable, waiting for the right moment to rise. And when they do, the ocean will speak, and the world will have no choice but to listen. The ocean is more than water and waves. It is a world of fire, darkness, and unseen power. Beneath its calm surface, volcanoes sleep, breathe, and grow. They have shaped continents, created islands, and allowed life to flourish. Yet they can destroy in an instant. From Kavachi, the shark volcano, to Kikemjeni, the Caribbean killer from Hunga Tonga. The blast heard around the world to Axial Seamount, the sleeping giant from West Mata, the fiery deep to Kolumbo, Santorini's sunken sister. And finally, Loihi, Hawaii's next island. We've seen the hidden power of the ocean, and beyond these, the hidden chain reminds us that there are forces we have yet to discover. Silent giants, invisible, waiting, shaping our world in ways we may never fully understand. The ocean teaches us humility. It shows us that the Earth is alive, and that life and destruction often exist side by side. Even in the darkest depths, life finds a way, adapting, surviving, thriving. But it also warns us. The calm sea above could hide fire below. And humanity must remember that even our modern technology cannot control nature's most powerful forces. So what does this mean for us? It means we need to watch, learn, and respect the ocean, to understand its secrets, to study its power, and to prepare for the day when one of these giants awakens. If this journey beneath the waves has amazed you, and if the hidden world of underwater volcanoes fascinates you as much as it does me, there's more waiting for you. Subscribe now to our channel to explore the ocean's deepest mysteries. Hit the like button if you were shocked by the power of these volcanoes. And share this video with someone who needs to see how alive our planet really is. Because the ocean's hidden bombs are not just stories, they are a warning, a lesson, and a wonder all at once. And remember, the next eruption could be closer than you think. Stay curious, stay aware, and never forget that the ocean still holds secrets we are only beginning to understand.